Are you gonna do something, Bear? Gonna hurt anybody? See, no. No, I'm a lovable dog. Day 2 of being back on the property. Finishing up having breakfast. I've been down there working on the gravel. Yesterday was just a total, I don't know, it was just chaos. First thing we knew, it was just truck after truck after truck of rock coming in and having to run up and down, tell them where we wanted things and how we needed them. And then the internet folks come and I had to deal with them. So it's been kind of chaotic. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump back on Trinity and head back down and start, actually not start, but complete the pad, the gravel pad and living area for us down there. Hopefully by no later than 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'd like to get the RV settled down there where we're gonna be semi-permanently. This is just where we're tucked in now. Our new additions. How you doing? How you guys doing? This is very, very temporary. Mommy saw these online and we ended up with them. So we're gonna make do. They've been handling it well. Keep them covered at night. Eventually we're gonna get down there and start on a coop for these guys. They are not meat birds. Family. Those are eggs. Hopefully. That's the idea. We shall see, right? All right, babe. Time to get to work. One of the last trucks, I don't know what was going on, but I could not get him to do what I asked him to do, which was stop up here. And for some reason, he still kept sprinkling and going all the way up. So this is actually where I'm gonna put a geosail, which I'll show in another video. So I'm not gonna complete this today. It's because I gotta install something that'll help keep the rock from washing away. So this is 1 inch gravel, rock, or whatever. I had them laid roughly 2 to 3 inches in the main areas, and then leave me multiple piles so that I can just kind of work them myself in different areas and fill in the blanks. And for the most part, they did a great job. Right where that shovel's at, between these 2 mounds, is where the RV is gonna go. Hold on, let me get off of this. As I was saying, coming down the driveway, I left a couple mounds there, and I'm gonna fill in all that and try to kind of get this edging filled in as best I can. But I'm gonna mainly focus here. So between basically from the front of this tree bush here on to about the end of that one is roughly my 43 feet. This is where I'm putting the RV. Again, I'm going to take these and just bring this here section up a bit more. I want to basically bring that up about 3 to 4 inches high, allow for the rain and the water that's flowing. I'm hoping to kind of just flush underneath or through it a lot better and not make a muddy mess. I know it's got to compact down, and I know I'm going to lose a little bit of this, but I think that should do the trick. And then back here, you can see it's probably, if you can see, I already started a little pit. Let me come over this way. All right, that looks better. So here is going to be where my septic is going to be set up. I'm going to go ahead and dig it down a little bit further. I think I'm going to go maybe another 2 feet or so. I'll probably put a little gravel at the base of it, and then I have some barrels up. And what I'm going to do is drop those down, fill with gravel and sand and gravel and sand. Basically what'll come when we flush our RV tanks, it'll go into the first one, so any solids or what have you will drop straight to the bottom, and as the liquids come up, they'll flow into the second one, which will be full of sand and gravel. It'll flush through and basically kind of purify and clean it out, and then it'll go into the next barrel, which is the same thing, sand and gravel, and I may put some charcoal in it, and then from there it'll be a pipe that'll run right out here to here in this little area. And here we're going to clean this up a bit, and we're thinking, since we're going to have the RV sitting here, we have the duckies, and I'm thinking about coming in here because it's somewhat protected. It's a lot of brush, a lot of sticky, thorny brush, but it just happens to be one big, nice, wide, open spot. And I'm thinking this may be the perfect spot for our duck coop. So that's the plan. That's what we're thinking about. And it gives us naturally a little entrance, or exit way out of this way, which will go back over to the RV that way. And then over here just happens to be a little cutout that I made before when we had the RV over here. It comes out to, to our composting. And this is where I'm talking about moving these bins and building an actual composting stations. And so far this is where we're at with the gravel. Still got to pull this out, thin it out a little bit more. I'm still up about 3 inches in certain areas. That is a mess. I've started to pull everything out of there. We've been coming back and forth to this property, just procuring and just getting as much free stuff and just supplies, inexpensive supplies as we can get. And when we get them, we bring them out here. So I have tons of stuff that's in there that we have to reorganize because we stuck them in there before we went to back out to Mesa, hey boy, to finish up on the house sale and get my son off to college and into his apartment. So the internet guys got here. And they've been, before we left the property, they put in these boxes for us. I had them put this one here. That one there is the main box that connects from the box out on the road, so out on the actual front of the property. And then they dug a trench all the way through the property and put a post there. And then that's the main one, and I had them dig a trench and run me a little mini pole right over here, so that when we end up building a guest cabin and things like that out here, once we finally move up there, I can plug in and give internet, have internet down here for the guest cabin as comfortable as possible. I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek inside this junk, which is not junk. It's just we were cluttering things in here as fast as we could because we decided last minute to get out of here. This summer just hit us like so fast, and it was just different for us. It was a shock. I mean, we're in the middle of the desert. We were figuring out how to deal with the AC and the generators with our RV. Everything was new, and I'm working over there. We're both working on stuff, and I think it was over. It was done, and we were tired. We needed to go and get some time. All right, enough chitter chatter. I've got to finish this so I can get the RV down here. So from that little internet box, this guy had him just walk a line around the edge and then across, and then I told him to give me another extra feet after that. And the plan is so that the RV, since the RV is now going to be over there, we had originally put it here because of the guest house we're going to put in this area, but also it was really because of the fact that the RV set over here. So what I'm doing now is that cable that he gave me, he said I could just sit that right on the ground. So he was going to do something else, some sort of a Cat 5 or something. When I told him that I needed it to go across here to get to the RV, he said, I'll give you this other type of cable. You can just leave it out on the ground. So I was going to do that, and then I thought, well, I'm going to be moving around out here too much. So do I really want to just leave it? And then I had the truck guys show up here yesterday, and my thinking was, oh, sweet. Since they're here, I'll just swing the cable right across the road here and let them roll over it and drop gravel on it. Easy peasy kind of thing. At some point though, I noticed that when I was driving the tractor and starting to spread this, at one point I skidded the tractor tires and I pulled up on one of those. So I thought, you know what, let's just be smart. Let's go ahead and dig a trench, drop it down into the trench, fill that back up, and then throw the gravel over it. And I'll throw some little flags out down here, kind of marking where those are, and I'll probably set up some stones or something on top. All right, let me get back to work. I gotta fill these trenches in. Pretty much finished. That's the start there. And I just put these flags out to mark it for now. I'll probably replace those with some sort of decorative bricks or some sort of stones from around here. And that way they'll let me know that underneath those is the run of my internet right on across. I'm gonna fill this all in. Now that I've backfilled it, I want to say it's about 4 to 5 inches in underground, and then I'm going to put 2 layers, 1 inch rock, so at least 2 inches of rock over that. So that should keep it pretty safe. And then right here is where I just pretty much just have it coming up out the ground, and then I have about 30 to 50 feet right there that I'm going to run some sort of way into the RV for our internet. And then I'll probably, I think we were looking at some Wi-Fi extenders to put around here somewhere on the property, just different spots, so that we can kind of ping back and forth from both up there and down here. So, all right, that's that part. Let me get back to work.